going to do a video. This one is going to be on Cynthia G, who had a black woman on her panel just today. I feel like, she really didn't pay attention to how or maybe she just was too emotional to actually care. But, the main thing I noticed, the first part that really set her off, was that it triggered her when the white woman said her biracial child well and was being taken care of by his father or her father. I think it's a boy. And that was concerning to me because it was like, so you basically are triggered by the fact that this woman is saying that her child is being taken care of well, and that he's having a healthy, well-rounded childhood. Instead, no, she didn't want to believe that. She wanted to believe he was suffering and struggling, and she wished such hate against an innocent biracial child. This shows to me that nannies are very, very toxic, okay? Very toxic because what they do is because they're hurt, because they don't know how to cope with their emotions well, they take it out on innocent children. You see, they do this with their own children sometimes. They do it to other children. Things of that nature because they feel unhappy with their own lives. They want other people's children to suffer. And it to me shows how deep jealousy runs. And another telltale sign to her jealousy is, you see how she is, attacking someone who never attacked her and was actually agreeing with her, but keep going on, raging on, and getting more and more angry because she basically is right. It doesn't matter what she thinks, what she says, what she does, she's right. She's a virgin child. Ultimately, she knows is to hate white women because she'll never be a white woman, and she wants so badly to be. I don't understand why anyone would want that look, and that's why I talk against this type of behavior, because who wants to be exposed as someone who's so angry at white women and other races of women besides black women, because they're, jealous of the fact that they're black women. I don't think people like to show their insecurities, but they show them all the time. All they have to do, all anyone has to do, is calm down and look at what someone's saying and why they are saying it. Once you figure out why they're saying it, you usually come to some insecurity that they expose that they did not wish to expose, but they chose to because they didn't think before they spoke. And, I just think a major problem with her was she showed a deep personal battle, basically. It displayed how jealous she is of white women. I will say, though, in part, it is true that absent fathers aren't black women's fault all the time. I've said in the past that black on black crime causes single motherhood and higher rates as well too. Now, not all the time, but there are many situations where people don't have their fathers because of black on black crime. How many times does a black man kill a white man? How many times does a black man kill a black man? And when you think of that, It shows you how black people devalue blackness and black people. And that's why they kill black people over white people. Because they see white people as so much better than them. Something they wish they could achieve to be, but never will. That's what's embarrassing about Cynthia G. Because she acted so angry and jealous just because the woman was white. And the truth is, this woman wants to be that white girl. Cynthia G wants to be the white woman who has a black man. She doesn't go after white women as much that are with white men because she's not into white men. But she only goes after those who are into black men or who have been with black men. This woman, she's even talking to, wasn't specifically into black men. She specifically said she was into both, but just the fact that she had a child with a black man just triggered her all together. It was sad. Also, another part of what I didn't understand how Cynthia G never is conscious of herself when she speaks on these topics. She talks about how she wouldn't know how black men are as fathers, yet Cynthia G never had a male black father because her father was in a very messed up state. And I mean, I'm not going to go to talking about her father, but anyone can look it up. She comes from a pretty dysfunctional family in that regard. Um, but, you know, she wouldn't know what real fatherhood would be like for a black man. Not every black man is addicted to drugs or in prison or of a hood mentality or a ghetto mentality. She only knows about ghetto black fathers because that's all she ever had. So I don't know where she's coming up with saying she wouldn't know anything about it. She says that the white woman would not know because just having a child with a black man wouldn't matter. Even though at least she's seen a black man be a father, Cynthia G has not. Obviously, Cynthia G killed her child before he could even, her baby father could even be a father. So, I mean, if we're talking about who's a bad father, who's a bad mother, well, I would say Cynthia G would obviously be a bad mother. Good mothers don't kill their children. Also, one other thing I wanted to say was anybody can talk to black women about their issues. And I find it weird that the other woman, she has some really bad issues too. I used to watch her channel. And I mean, they were upset because she was talking about black women beating white women herself. And it's like, okay, then if that's the case, then I guess you should stop talking about white women. Man, if we're just supposed to be talking about, you know, black women, if we're black women, then I guess you shouldn't be talking about any white woman. I mean, you're a black woman. What are you doing? Every other video, Cynthia G is bringing up another video about a white woman with a black man because she's hella triggered, she's hella hurt. That's all. You know? But I mean, like, if we're just talking about black women, you know, if we're black women, then stay by your own statement and stop talking about white women and stop being triggered by white women. do whatever they want to do in their lives, in their love lives. And the thing is, you know, it's like we could make, the same assumption about Cynthia G. Really, wishes she was the woman she speaks against vehemently. Because, the real thing about this is the reason she's so angry, and you can hear it in her voice how, aggressive and, you know, how much hate she has for this woman. You can see, why she has that anger and it's mainly because when she talks to white women of this nature, she knows that these white women are the women that she wishes she was. It's not about black men attacking black women. It's very telling that if you wish so badly that you were a white woman, you wouldn't care about black women. So you wouldn't care about black women as far as womankind. All you would care about is you being preferred by black men. That's all Cynthia G cares about. And that's exactly mammy behavior. Because mammies, all they ever do, all their lives, is focus on, well, how can I get the black man to think about me? How can I be on the black man's mind? How can I be on the black man's dick? That's all Mammy is trying to figure out. This is exactly what Cynthia G is doing here too. Because she wants attention from black men and she feels she won't get it. So this is what she does, this is how she acts out. So like to me, it's telling of her character, her behavior, that she has no morals or, you know, desire to really empower black women. She just has a desire to be the one that black men think about. That's all. All her point in life is how to figure out how to be on the black man's side. And she feels like the only way to do that is to be a white woman. So therefore, that's why she hates white women. Because she wants to be that white woman on the black man's stick. And it's like, I feel a big thing for her is she put her basically in the stereotype by wishing and hoping the father was deadbeat, not involved in wanting her child to live a miserable life. She wanted to have that stereotype of whites and biracial children to make herself feel better about her own personal choices with her own child that she aborted. You know, she'll always feel like a failed mother. So she has to look at single mothers to see, that's exactly what I didn't want to be, kind of thing. To try and prove that she did the right thing. That's what women who do that kind of thing constantly seek assurance that they did the right thing. That's all this is. And that is another major force of why she attacks white women who black men. Also because in reality she feels if she was that white woman who was with the black man, that deep down she would not have to have had an abortion in her mind. She thinks that she would have to have an abortion for whatever reason. She thinks she did too. And I feel like she thinks that if she was with a black man as a white woman, things would have worked out. So she keeps finding different reasons why white women and black men in relationships fail. So then she can keep showing herself, see, no, they don't have it any better, and I made the right choice. It's just because I was with a black man, and this black man wasn't good enough for fatherhood. Therefore, there's nothing wrong with me, there's something wrong with him. Because in reality, she knows that if she looks deeply enough, she has to focus on something's wrong with her, that she thought she wasn't a good enough mother to have a child. And that still goes back to her. That's another reason why she attacks single mothers, because they were able to keep their children and actually be good enough mothers to actually keep their children while she was not. So, who is seen as a better mother? Who is seen as a better wife material? Who is seen as a better woman? And then that's why she feels she's a lesser woman. And that's why she lashes out at women like this. Even single mothers are better than her. And she knows that. And then there was another part. She was kind of like talking about how white women like her collar chose wrong. But both she and the white woman got pregnant while single. Yet the white woman is raising a biracial child, the best environment she can with her baby daddy, and being a far better mother than Cynthia could ever be, ergo why she hates an innocent mixed-race child. Because Cynthia G could not be a good mother, as to why she had an abortion. It specifically implies by her own actions that she thinks she would be a bad mother. She speaks of statistics, but statistics show black women have abortions and in those cases are definitely failed mothers way more often than white women. It's just a stat. I mean, in reality, let's just be real. Annals, stats for black Americans and white Americans are never good, okay? They're never good. People never pay attention to white American stats, but they're not the best. There's plenty of other people, other races, ethnicities that are way better than white Americans and black Americans. So I don't know why we always compare black and white Americans. This is not 1950, but I guess people get lost in the times. But she brought up stats, so I just thought I would bring up that stat specifically because, I mean, stats are stats, right? Anyway, to me, it's pertinent in this case because was it Cynthia G's goal to be a single mother with, like, she doesn't want to think that, because she had an oops pregnancy, that, it was specifically her goal to, become pregnant like that. And it's like, I don't know, it's like, her goal obviously not to be a single, angry black woman with no child, abortions, and basically the baby daddy who she was supposed to have kids with, having children with other people. I think I've heard other races, which might be another reason why she lashes out at white women like this and mixed women, as I pointed out in the Danny Ray video. And also, I feel like a few other things that I felt were weird was she specifically would talk about how, like, how her biracial child needs to be raised in a black family. And it's so weird because it's like, people, one, I don't understand why race matters. I mean, it doesn't really matter what race is raised. What matters more is the fact that if the father is in their life, it's going to have an emotional toll on them. But the fact that they have white people, mainly, or black people, why not biracial person is black and white? I know in the last video I was talking about, she was specifically trying to call biracial Meghan Markle not a black woman. Yet you're saying these biracial people need to be raising black people who you are claiming are not even black. Stop switching it around just to change your argument. Stick to one argument and stick to it alone. And that's how you know that she was just making up an argument to just basically beat at the white woman. Because again, she's just angry and trying to basically question and try and diminish how she parents her child. Because she wants to claim that she's the worst mother because she feels inferior about her failure as a mother. And that's all that was about. Then she also tried to talk about how there's segregation and that white people don't want to live around black people. But the truth is about that, one, in my experience, black people and white people live together all the time. And all the times I've seen black people, they were living around white people. The only time black people don't really live around white people is if they are in some kind of secluded, like, ghetto, or white people is in a secluded ghetto. That's the only time those people don't live around each other. And I remember white ghettos. When I say white ghettos, I mean like the t-shirts, okay? Um, Many of the time, they still do that with more black people in their neighborhoods. Or the black people stay secluded. I don't know what's going on. But of those type of black people, no, I think it's more about class. A lot of the time, I was raised by a black mother, and my mother never wanted to be around black people like Cynthia G. Of lower classes. You can listen to how Cynthia G speaks. You can tell that she has a dialect that shows that she comes from a certain type of black family. A different kind of black family than my mother specifically. You know. And so, I mean, saying that white people don't want to live with black people. No, nobody wants to live with you. Like nobody. It doesn't have to do with race. And I wanted to actually do a video actually on that about black people, basically, especially black women, because I'm a black woman and was raised by a black woman, and how some black women have bullied other black women. And, there's a point in that is obviously not you being a black woman. It's got to do with other things, but I will get into that on another video pretty soon. So I didn't agree with the whole segregation. Like a lot of communities actually have both races pretty evenly. Now the thing is, a lot of the time, black people sometimes cluster together, and white people cluster together. I don't really black people just cluster together. White people just exist. They don't really cluster because they're the majority. Um, I hate when they cluster, when black people cluster, because usually there's a problem with that, but it's a whole different story. But yes, about self-segregation is a different story. It's not specifically mandated. Also, one other thing I wanted to talk about was women's fear. She tried to imply that she wasn't a single mother and things of that nature. But I mean, I watched her channel. She would talk about baby daddy issues every other day. I remember her watching her, and you know, the specific issues that she would talk about had to do with being a single mom. So trying to pretend that woman's fear is not a single mom is just silly. I think Cynthia G knew what she was doing, but she tries to lie like that because she felt so angry and pissed off about the white woman having a child that's well taken care of that's biracial. And she wanted that biracial child to apparently suffer, and it aggravated her every time she was saying, no, that's not true. And she had to make up all this stuff. Like, who are you, Cynthia? Who are you? You don't know anything. You don't know anything about her personal life. If you can find actual evidence and proof showing that that's not true, then present it. But trying to claim that she lives a life that she doesn't live, when she's saying that's not how she lives her life, then maybe you should just back off. But in part, like I said, it does have to do with your race, but also, a big reason for why it fueled her to hope that this white woman's biracial child is struggling and not being taken care of and needs a stepfather is because she constantly is thinking of, why it's okay, why she got rid of her child, why it's, why she would have ended up like that, why there is no good black man, why, you know, she wants biracial children not be treated any better than her black child. But the truth is, well, that white woman chose to keep her child and saw her child as valuable. Cynthia G did not see her black child as valuable. And Cynthia G can't be taken seriously because all she's ever thinking about is her own personal struggles that she needs to fix in therapy. So I feel in part that is a major thing for her. The fact that she, cares biracial children and has a deep hate for biracial children because she did what she did to her black child. And she feels that her black children or her black child was devalued compared to a biracial child. So she has to keep on thinking that there are biracial and black children out there suffering from absent fathers just because she killed her child because the father that she got pregnant by didn't turn out to be what she thought he would be and ended up resenting her, as her text said specifically. And I feel like she feels that with that black man that she got pregnant by, that her black child was less valuable, but a white woman's child would be more valuable. It's so sad. And it's not even real. It's just all in her head. Because she needs therapy. And ranting, and being angry at mixed and white women is not going to heal. It's just going to expose her to the most fullest point of her hurt. You see, she feels she's hurt by black men, and she takes it out on black men with white women. And all she does by taking it out on them is exposing everything that she's hurting. The stepfather point really does trigger her too, because that is a personal issue for her. Because she doesn't want to think. If people can have a stepfather, maybe she could have found a stepfather for the child she chose to get rid of. Maybe things would have been okay. Maybe she would have had a child that was extremely successful and well-rounded. And that makes her feel very guilty and regretful. Obviously, she doesn't want to feel that from others. So she has to tell herself it would never happen, and she was right in doing what she did, and that she chose the right thing for her child. And then I want to close in saying the white woman was extremely right when she said that Cynthia G didn't care what she said because she is white, and she really didn't. You could hear that all she cared about was the success of her biracial child and how good of a father her black baby daddy was. That's all she cared about. She couldn't care if a white woman agreed with her, loved her child, or hated her child. It did not matter. It just mattered that she was a white woman with a biracial child and had been with a black man. But I think another part of it is she fails as a mother. Cynthia G fails as a mother more than any single mother could ever fail at being a mother. So that's why she hates her so much deeper than just wanting to be a white woman, but also because of the motherhood aspect of it. The fact that Cynthia G isn't an active mother to her dead child because she chose to get rid of her child because she failed as a mother, and therefore she will always, on that level, be less skilled and determined by herself as a less valuable mother than the white woman. That does not mean black women are less valuable mothers to women. It means that Cynthia G is a less valuable woman and mother compared to someone who actually is a single mother and taking care of their kids. They didn't kill their kids, they actually cared about their kids enough to, take care of their kids. And the thing is that was so funny was she was claiming that this white woman was saying she was better, and the white woman never said anything about being better than anyone ever. The only thing and the only reason Cynthia G brought up that the white woman feels better is because Cynthia G feels that white woman is better than her. That's the sad part about it, is that you, as a black woman, don't even understand your own value as a black woman. And you think that she has more value than you. See, the white woman is supposed to be happy with what she is because God made her that way. You have the job of actually being happy that you're a black woman, but you completely fail at that. And Cynthia G is among the crowd that just really hates being a black woman and wants so badly to be white woman, like the color she is trying to drag in her panel. She has only basically shown how she feels inferior, beneath her. And all that was really displayed in this entire video was Cynthia G's insecurity and anger and discontentment with Cynthia G herself. It had nothing to do with that white woman. If Cynthia G was born white, she would not be having this conversation. And the reason why is because Cynthia G would be trying to attract a black man right now, or she'd be trying to attract a white man. It's different. You never know what would happen. But she'd be, happy with what she is. I guess she'd be happy with being a white woman. And she would think very negative things of black women because Cynthia G right now thinks very negative things about black women because she hates herself. And, more than that is also the men that Cynthia G chose is what her biggest discontentment is as well, which makes her think that it's a part of being black when it's not. It's just a part of being her and being someone who doesn't make good decisions in their life. And that's all I really have to say. I talked to someone else about this, and my mother was saying she specifically thinks that this lady is just doing it for the money, and that she's not really this messed up. But after watching so many videos of I kind of think that this is real. That this is the voice of someone who's really hurt. So that's all I have to say on that. Thanks for watching, and bye.